Hello everyone, it's the Single Shot Camel. Today, we are going to be adding 360-degree movement. This is the base of movement in a lot of Sonic games, allowing him to run up and down walls, and through loop-de-loops, and so on. We won't be adding loops today, but Sonic will be running in 360 degrees of freedom by the end of the video, so there's that. But to do that, we are going to need to use some basic trigonometry. If you know what that is, great. If not, then I recommend studying up on it a bit before we begin this video. But with all that being said, let's begin. We will only be using two major trig expressions, sine and cosine. So first we want to go to our player object, go to our create event and add two variables, a cos and a sin. We'll have a cos equal to 1 and a sin equal to 0. A cos will stand in for angle cosine, and a sin is short for angle sine. Now once that is done, we're going to need to make a few scripts. Due to how Sonic's going to be flipping around a lot, we're going to need to make some custom collision scripts to handle him moving at any angle. So let's go to scripts and add a group called collision scripts. And now, within this group, create a new script and call it collision script main. Now, due to the fact that we may want to reuse this for other objects besides the player, we need to make it a little module so we can, slide in and out of different objects. To do that, we're just going to make a simple argument. So type in mask equal argument 0. This way, we can adjust the size of the mask by changing this variable in the call script. Now, we only want this script to return a true or false statement. So, type in if collision circle xy mask obj walls true return true, return false. So this works by asking the question. If the question is a true statement, then it will continue and return the value true to the call script. But if the question is false, then it will skip the line and go to the next one, will automatically set it to return false. So, save this and let's move on. Now if you're wondering about the collision mask, or how we're going to set all this up, I'll show you briefly in a diagram. We will be making about 8 collision scripts total. The main one will mostly be for preventing clipping into solid objects, as well as providing a decent collision check to find if we run into a ring, spring, enemy hazard, spike, so on and so on. Next we need a right and left collision script, which will just be checking small dots on Sonic's right or left side. This will mostly just prevent us or tell us when we're colliding with a wall. A script for the top and bottom to tell us if we're hitting the ceiling or touching the ground. A additional collision check underneath us to check if Sonic is on the ground or to pull him towards it if he is. This will help keep us on the ground. And in addition, 2 lines going into the ground to tell us if Sonic is touching the ground or if he's left the ground completely. Okay, now that that's explained, let's get back to coding. We are going to need to make a script for each of those collision instances. So let's just go down the list, starting with the right. Go to collision scripts and create a new script. Call it collision script right. Now first thing, we need to make our argument, so mask equal argument 0. Now, the structure of this is going to be mostly similar to the previous one, only with a few differences. I mean, same formula, different question. So, if collision circle, XY free, OBJ wall, true, return false. We only need a small circle because we're not trying to check Sonic's whole body, just if he's touching the right wall. Oh, and before I continue, hopefully you guys figured this out by now. Just to reconfirm or, restate the facts, because this stuff will be important to quite a big degree. The X and Y that we've been using constantly represents the object's X and Y coordinates. X being how many pixels Sonic, or the object, is to the right of the room's leftmost edge, and Y how many pixels it is below the room's top edge. So, to check Sonic's right, we just need to add how many pixels we want to check to his X. So, let's click on the X here and add a plus mask. But because Sonic's going to be rotating around a lot, how far we check right is going to vary based on his angle. So we need to be able to change how much we add to Sonic's X coordinate based off Sonic's angle. To do this, we'll be using sine and cosine. So, right before mask, type in a cos times, and next to y, type in minus a sin times mask. This removes Sonic's mask with his angle. Now, this is where things get far more complex. Now, the reason this works is best explained by looking at a circle. Okay? Here's a circle. Now, if you make a point in the middle of this circle, and draw a line going to the right, this line sits at a 0-degree mark on the circle. A line going straight up is 90, line going straight left is 180, and one going down is 270. Going all the way back around for a full 360 degrees. Now let's say the radius, or the distance from the center to the edge of the circle, is exactly one generic unit long, right? That would make the circle 0, 0 on the coordinates. If we look at the edge of the circle where the line, or where the right line meets it, that would be 1, 0, because it's 1 to the right and 0 up. Now, the first number of these two is the cosine, and the second is sine. So 1 would be cosine and 0 would be sine. So, if we place those numbers in place of a cos and a sine, we get x plus 1 times mask, and 0 minus 0 times mask. Now, as you know, hopefully as you know, 1 times anything is always equal to its multiple, and 0 times anything is always equal to 0. So it would be the same as before we added sine and cosine, just x plus mask, y by itself. Nothing changed, but that's only because we looked at it at 0 degrees, when he would be standing flat. If we look at a line that's going up and what meets at the edge, that would be 0, 1. 0 units right, 1 unit up. Now remember, the first number is cosine and the second is sine, so we plug this into the expression, x plus 0 times mask, y minus 1 times mask. Now it's the other way around. It will draw the circle above Sonic, which seems wrong at first. But this is the 90-degree mark, so we take Sonic and rotate him back 90 degrees. Then his right side is above him, just like where we'll be drawing the circle. Now, sine and cosine has a lot of other uses you can use them for, but for all game, this will be the primal thing we're using. This will let Sonic properly run up walls and slopes at almost every angle feasible. So now we want to draw this circle a little upwards too. So we'll use this code. X plus parentheses a cos times mask minus a sin times 2, y minus parentheses a sin times mask minus a cos times 2. Okay, Now that that's all done and explained, I hope you guys all got that. If not, just follow along and copy my code, and hopefully from practice and use of this, you'll eventually understand it as much as I do, or more. Hopefully more. So, save and close the right script, and then go to collision scripts and create a new one. Let's call it collision script left. And again, the first thing we're going to do is make our argument. Mask equal argument 0. Now this will be the same as the right, just changing a few pluses to minuses and vice versa. So, if collision circle, x minus parenthesis acos times mask, parenthesis, minus ascend times 2, y plus parenthesis ascend times mask, parenthesis, minus acos times 2, free, obj walls, true, true, return true, return false. Close and save that. Again, go to collision scripts and create a new one. We will call this one collision script top. Again, let's make our argument. Mask equal argument 0. So for this, we have if collision circle x minus ascend times mask, y minus acos times mask, free, obj walls, true, true, return true, return false. This will draw the circle above Sonic. Save and close. And again, create a script in the collision scripts and call it collision script bottom. First, make our argument. Mask equal argument 0. This will be the same as the last, but we'll change 2 minuses to pluses. If collision circle, x plus ascend times mask, y plus acos times mask, free, obj walls, true, true, return true, return false. Close this and always remember to save your progress. Last thing you want to do is just, up and lose everything. That sucks. It really does. Make another script and call this one collision script ground. Don't forget that argument. Mask equal argument 0. The script will be the same as the last one, but increasing our distance down. If collision circle, x minus ascend times parenthesis mask times 1.5, parenthesis, y plus acos times mask, parentheses times 1.5, free, obj walls, true, true, return true, return false. Okay, almost done. Only 2 more scripts to go for the collision section. Create a script and call it collision script right line. Now add that argument. Mask equal argument 0. Now we want this line to be only slightly longer than the mask size. So to do that, we'll make another variable. Line equal floor mask times 2.5. By the way, the floor expression will round the number down to its nearest whole number. Now this will get a bit long, but it's the same logic, we're just drawing a line, so we need 4 points instead of 2. If collision line, x plus acos times mask in parentheses, plus ascend times mask in parentheses, y minus ascend times mask in parentheses, plus acos times mask in parentheses, x plus acos times mask in parentheses, plus ascend times line in parentheses, y minus ascend times mask in parentheses, plus acos times line in parentheses, obj walls, true, true, return true, return false. Like I said, it's a bit long. Double check your work, make sure you copied it correctly, and when you're done, save and close. Now create another script and call it collision line left. This would be the last collision script. But first we need our argument. Mask equal argument 0. Now we need our line. Line equal floor mask times 2.5. Okay, all is left is the script. If collision line x minus a cos times mask plus a sin times mask, y plus a sin times mask plus a cos times mask. You guys can tell when the parentheses are. I don't need to say it, do I? X minus a cos times mask plus a sin times line, y plus a sin times mask plus a cos times line. OBJ walls, true, true, return true, return false. And with that, we are done making collision scripts. Now we just need to add them to our physics script. So open up P Physics and let's start replacing some old collision checks with the new custom collisions. And while we're at it, let's change a few things and add something. So we want to go down to our first A script and place collision circle with not collision script right 16. On top of having to change the collision to check for new angle, we also need to change how much Sonic moves for his angle too. So to do that, we're going to be using a cos and a sin again. So we go to x plus equal 1 and replace that 1 with a cos. Add another line in and add in y minus equal a sin. Go down to the next one and replace collision circle with collision script left 16. And then replace 1 with a cos and add y plus equal a sin. Luckily, Sonic's vertical speed won't change when he's on the ground, so we can leave it as is mostly. We just need to replace the collision circle with a collision script bottom 16. And go to the next one and replace collision circle with collision script top 16. These are not checks, by the way, so don't forget that exclamation point. We go down to all wall collision scripts and replace both collision circles with the respective collision scripts, collision script right and collision script left. We go down to the 1 in the collision script right check and place that to a cos and add y plus equal a sin. Go down to the left collision script and add, well, I will replace 1 with a cos and add y minus a sin. Now we're going to be placing a little bit in the landing code. So replace collision circle with collision script bottom 16 and parenthesis collision script right line or collision script left line parenthesis. This will just make it more accurate when detecting if we're landing or not. Also, let's inject a bit of code here that will lock Sonic to the ground for smoother movement. So, add a little comment, lock the ground. If ground, brackets, while collision script main 16, x minus equal a sin, y minus equal a cos. Y collision script 16 and not collision script main, x plus a sin, y plus equals a cos. This will make it so if when Sonic is on the ground, he will be pushed up if he's too far down and pulled down if he's too high, keeping him right where we want him. Now we'll go to the leave ground script and replace the collision circle with parentheses not collision script right line or not collision script left line. Now that should do it. Let's test out the game and see how it's working. Alright, he's still moving like before, but that's because while Sonic is walking at any angle, he's still currently at angle 0. We haven't given him a way to change his angle yet. So he won't walk in any way different than how he is. Okay, so to do this, to let Sonic change his angle, first thing we need to do is go to our player object, go to the create event, and add another variable, angle equal 0. This will simply keep track of Sonic's angle. So we need to write one last script to do this. Go to collision scripts and create a new script and call it find angle. So we're going to need a few arguments for this script. Angle equal round argument 0 divided by 8 times 8. H space equal argument 1, check equal argument 2. The first one will turn our angle into a more manageable number. The second one is a space buffer to add more accuracy to the output. And the last one is how far down we want to check to find our angle. Now a little bit of house cleaning before we find the angle. Acos equal cosine drag to rag angle. Ascend equals sine drag to rag angle. Want it to be as accurate as possible before we check. By the way, cosine finds the cosine of the number given, and drag to rag converts a degree object into a radical. No, well, trig stuff. Don't worry about it if you don't understand it. I understand it enough to do this stuff, and you can just copy. Want to learn it on your own, go study some trigonometry. That's way too much for me to teach by myself. I'm just a programmer, not a math teacher. Though I try to get the base concepts down. Anyway, x1 equal round x minus a cos times h space, y1 equals round y plus a sin times h space. Need to define the starting points for checks. And again, x2 equal round x plus a cos times h space, y2 equals round y minus a sin times h space. Same as before. Done 1 equals 0, done 2 equals 0. Now we just need to write the script. First off, we need something so the script won't run on forever, plus we only want to look so far down anyways to find the angle. So I equals check, and while I is greater than 0, brackets, I minus equal 1. This will run the script until it finds the output or until it runs out of time. And because it's a while script, the game will pause until it finds the angle we need. Not that the player will notice, because it will pause and resume so quickly that it's impossible to notice. Unless it's your computer's super slow. But even then, it should still happen within less than a millisecond. Or a millisecond. Actually, I need to check that. Anyways, if not done 1, brackets, if collision point x1, y1, obj walls, true, done equals 1. X plus equal ascend, x1 plus equal ascend, y1 plus equal ascend. If not done 2, if collision point x2, y2, obj walls, true, done equals 1. X2 plus equal ascend, y2 plus equal acos. If 1 and 2 done, break. Now this will move both points down until it runs into the ground, and once we have the 2 points we need, we can find the angle and return it to the call script. So return round, point direction, x1, y1, x2, y2. And there we go. With that done, save and close the script. Now we just need to add it to player. Go to P physics. Now we need Sonic to change his angle at 2 points. First, when he lands on a new ground object, and second, at the end of his movement, to correct his angle. So go to his land script, and above v-speed equals 0, type in angle equals find angle 0, 16, 16. Acos equals cosine dread to rag angle. Ascend equals sine dread to rad angle. This will give Sonic the angle of what he landed on, and change his sine and cosine to continue his movement at this angle. And now we need to scroll to the bottom and add in a new script. If ground and collision script right line and collision script left line, angle equal find angle 0, 16, 16. Else angle equals 0. Acos equals cosine divided to rad angle. Ascend equals sine divided to rad angle. This will give us a new angle if Sonic is on the ground, and revolt it to 0 if he leaves the ground. And lastly, give us a new sine and cosine to continue his movement at this angle. Save and close the script. Okay, so a quick interjection here. Sorry for the abrupt cut. I messed up. So all that voiceover was pre-recorded and the actual coding happened separately. I tried my best to do everything correctly, and I did for the most part, but a few corrections. Okay, full stop. Only two major corrections. So, under the angle find angle, change that 0, that full 0 to angle. I did a little adjusting playing around. You can keep it as 16, 16. And again, under heel, change that angle, or that 0 to angle. So, yeah. Change this 16 to 24 just to make things a little bit smoother. And lastly, but not least, change this minus y minus acos to minus y plus acos. Otherwise, it will be pushing Sonic up instead of pulling him down. I may actually set that correctly, or I may not have. Anyways, change those few things and the game should be running like this. So, voodoo, and aha! Look at me, I am on the wall. Now I am on the ceiling. Now I'm on this wall. If you jump right now, he'll still jump straight up. I'll show you how to correct that in the next video, but with all that being corrected, oh, and one other thing I did was go to the main options and change 30 to 60, because Sonic runs at a 60 frames per second. But with all that, back to the original video. So, thanks. Now if we were to make a new collision object, this one being a half pipe, don't forget to set the mask to precise, add it to the game. Sonic will be able to run up it and continue up the wall. And now, with that, Sonic has 360 degrees of freedom. Now, that's all for this video. Remember to like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to be alerted of the next tutorial. Next time, we'll be refining Sonic's movement to have him move more like he does in Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and add things like the good old spin dash. But until then, this is the Single Shot Gamer, signing out. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace!